Hi folks, Brian Pate from the Pate Realty Group. Time to rock and roll with some football picks, but before we get to the football, I want to explain the hat I'm wearing. The boys from the Carolina Flash baseball team, these are a whole bunch of 9-year-olds. I want to wish them good luck on the rest of their season. My buddy Oscar got his arm a little beat up. It's all good, Wriggle. You're going to be all right. Good luck with your surgery. Hope it goes well on Thursday this week. With that said, folks, this is the last weekend of the non-conference matchups with the NAC 6. So it's our last weekend before we get into conference action, so you'll see our format change a little bit next week as we feature all conference games. But for right now, let's get to our first game of the week, Franklinton at Wake Forest. Now the Rams are going to have a tough time because they got really beat up by J.H. Rose last week, 41-20, and they're coming in to Trentini Stadium to take on the defending 4AA state champ Wake Forest Cougars. Cougars are giving up 8.6 points a game, and they got 3 rushers over 450 yards a game. This is not even a contest, folks. You're going to see a running clock in the second half at some point. I love the Franklinton Red Rams, cheer for them all the time, but these guys are overmatched when they step on the grass in Trentini Stadium. I'm picking Wake Forest big by at least 5 or 6 touchdowns, so don't be surprised to see that. Good luck to both teams on Friday night at 7 o'clock at Trentini Stadium. Our next game on the docket is Middle Creek at Wakefield. Now, Middle Creek's taken it on the chin every time they've been up into the NAC 6 territory this year. Heritage took them out and Wake Forest took them out. This time they travel over to Wakefield, and this may be a pretty good ball game. Wakefield took it on the chin last week against Southern Durham, dropping them to 0-5, and I don't see him going the whole season without winning a ball game. And this could be the week. It depends on which Middle Creek team shows up. Middle Creek is inconsistent. They really laid an egg against Heritage in the first half, and then last week they beat up on Panther Creek, a team that Heritage also beat on. This is the worst start in school history for the Wolverines, but we think that this is going to be my week. This is my upset special this week. The Wolverines beat the Middle Creek Mustangs over at Wolverine Stadium in North Raleigh this Friday night. Next up, we're going to turn our attention to the Heritage Huskies, who this week make the drive down 540 to go check out Holly Springs and the Golden Hawks. Golden Hawks are only 2-3 this year, and the Huskies walk into the door to the stadium, and they got the #1 rusher in 4A and the #2 passer. This offense is really coming together, folks. It's gelling, and the offensive line of the Huskies is not getting enough credit this year. That offensive line has been doing a great job making a lot of holes for Ricky Person to run through and also for the other running backs. So I think this is going to be a big week for Heritage. I think they go down to Holly Springs, probably win this game by 3 touchdowns and take on the Golden Hawks. We're still moving on towards it. It's still a possibility to see an undefeated matchup at Trentini Stadium at the end of the season. This is not the game that gets in the way of it for the Huskies. Huskies win big over Holly Springs this Friday night. Our last game of the week is also our game of the week. It's Garner traveling up Highway 401 to check out the battle at Rolesville. The Rams are going to bring in Garner to the stadium. Garner's having its toughest start in a long time. They're only 1-4. The biggest problem for Trojans fans is they are 0-3 in games that are decided by 7 points or less. It's not going to matter this week because this is an opportunity for a statement win for the Rams. I'm picking Rolesville. That's right. A year ago, I'd have told you that Garner rolls up points and rolls up yardage in the first half, and it's probably a running clock. This year, this is it. Rolesville beats Garner for the first time ever and goes 500 in play before they start the NAC 6 season. I'm picking Rolesville. It's going to be close. They got to perform. They have to execute against Garner, but Garner is beatable this year. Good luck to the Rams, and I hope you have a great time at whatever football game you choose to attend. Go out and support these kids that are playing hard for their school and the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. See you at 7 o'clock Friday night for high school football this week.